Ladies and gents, it is your host, Krystine, of the BeautyPro podcast, and I am very happy to be here today with Miss Antoinette Beenders. And if you don't know who she is, you're going to learn today. And we actually met several years ago at Leading Ladies with Tracy Hughes and Candy Shaw and Sam Vila. And now she's here, and we're going to learn more about Miss Antoinette. Hello, my dear. Welcome.
Hello, Krystine. Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
I am very honored and privileged. Thank you.
You're very kind.
So in case people watching and listening, they don't know who you are, they've never heard of you before, can you please share a little bit about you?
Have you got like a day or two? Well, where do I start? Do you want the abbreviation or do you want the long version?
Oh man, I love them both. Whatever you feel like.
Let's do an abbreviation and then,
okay.
So originally I'm Dutch, born and bred in Holland, then moved to London in 87, probably when most of you weren't even born yet.
Why I thought South Africa?
Really? No.
I did. I thought
Dutch,
Okay.
Anyway,
continue.
I moved to London to work for Trevor Sorbie, who, they just did an amazing thing on this weekend in England, and became his international art director. I mean, obviously there's years in between here. Was with him for about 11, 12 years. Then I got headhunted to join Aveda by Horst Rechelbacher in 97. Opened the salon, the first Aveda salon in London. And then we ended up in 2005 moving to New York to work for Aveda as a creative director. Did that till 2019. Became SVP, Senior Vice President Global Artistry. I've won about 31 plus awards now, including 3 Icon Awards. So that's it in a nutshell. And I do hair.
And you do still, even though you're working in the corporate world now.
Yeah, it's quite interesting because I feel like I'm on my second hair career. Like my first hair career was up from 87, I would say, till about 2005 when I won British Hairdresser of the Year. Then I was scooped up by Aveda and they sent me to New York to become a corporate creative director. And for those of you who don't know what that means you're in charge of literally the whole image identity of a brand, including copywriting, store design, visual merchandising. So I did that for about 16 years. And then as well as doing the hair for the campaigns, because I could never let that go. Hair is in my blood. And then I ended up, I was doing a little too much store design for my likings. So I was trailing stores for 2 years. So I decided to go back really full-time into professional hair care. And so I kind of went back in 2019. And there's the next generation of hairdressers who know me from, winning some awards since then. So it's been interesting. So it's been part 1 in the 90s and part 2 in the 20s, of the 2020s.
Yeah. Whoa. Okay, so with that, what do you feel is the secret to success?
I think it's consistency. And I think it's consistency for a reason, because, first of all, how do you define this to success, right? Success is different to everybody. But say if you count success as awards, I'm just making it up. I'm just thinking out loud.
Sure.
If you think success is winning awards, for some hairdressers it is, then you have to enter every single time. You can't just enter one year, not the next year. You got to keep at it. Same with social media, keep at it. Because I think I have this little saying that I have on my treadmill in the morning. It's like the secret of success is just showing up, really. Showing up. You got to do it.
Yeah.
Don't think about it. You got to do it.
Okay. So working in this part 2 of your career, do you find it harder or more pleasant to show up?
I actually, it's different because the climate is different. Not part 1 hair career, we had no social media. It was all print, and we're still doing tons of shows, but it was mainly print. Whereas part 2 is social media. So it takes more to show up. Let me put it that way. Is it harder? Not necessarily, but it takes more work, more effort.
Yeah, because you're always on. You're always
Always.
on, and it's faster and all of that.
Well, and people expect a lot. It's like nowadays, it's funny, I just come out of a meeting, an image has to have some kind of stopping effect. Because if it hasn't, it looks like 100 million other pictures out there. What's it going to stop you trawling? What is it? You want to go, oh, whether it's the hair, whether it's the photography, whether it's whatever that might be, it's, yeah, it's fascinating. It's a very different climate now. I love learning. Learning is like one of my favorite things. So for me, it's quite exciting. Quite like it.
What's a common myth that you get all the time about what you do?
Oh, that it's easy. Oh yeah, so easy. It's so easy. Yeah, they don't see what it takes, behind the scenes. I'm also incredibly, the thing for me, secret success is being really prepared. So I'm very, very much a preparation kind of person. So like, for instance, if you think of Naha, that's not something that happens overnight. That takes months, even though it's a 5-minute presentation. I'm very detailed oriented. And so when I actually get to the location and do the show, that is months of preparation coming in on one day. And I'm also a Virgo, which means I'm so super detailed.
Me too.
Oh yeah, well, you recognize it. We're hard work for ourselves,
Yeah.
So it's yeah. So yeah, it's a lot of work, but I love saying that last week or 2 weeks ago, whenever it was. I really love putting it all together. If I never have to go on stage, I'm fine with that. But I love putting it together, come up with the concepts, come up with the ideas. That's really what makes me kind of, make my heartbeat goes a little faster. I love that.
Yeah. All right. So that all of that is success, and that's the fun stuff that everybody likes to talk about. But what about your struggles, your failures, right? Like what has been a failure for you, personal or professional, and how did you overcome?
Failure. I think failure is a very harsh word because I believe that if something doesn't work out for you, you learn from it. So I don't really normally talk about failure because I don't really like that word.
Okay.
One
So
of the
then
things,
a struggle.
Yeah. Oh my God. Well, we always have struggles. If there's no struggle, it'd be too easy, But some of my struggles, I think being in the 90s, specifically being a woman in the industry, that was not easy. Oh,
really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
A woman in the night. Okay. Explain that a little bit more because this is an industry full of women. So
tell me about it. It's fascinating. Like even now, it's funny. Like on social, it's been going around a little bit.
Yeah.
There's a lot of. I'm not biased on anything or anybody. You do what you got to do. But it's fascinating how our industry is at least 92% female. But what you see on stage is not necessarily that. That's all I'm going to say about it.
That's a very good observation. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the same in creative direction. It's the same in photography. It's the same in the session world. So I find that was a struggle. I had it in the 90s. I mean, if you think I was the first female to win London, first female to be nominated for British of the Year, first female to win Avant-Garde. I mean, I have a lot of firsts. That was in the 90s, but I still, I look around now and I still, where are the girls? Come on,
Yeah. Yeah. Interesting. Okay. So with that, what has been your favorite insult that you've ever gotten that's your driver?
Favorite insult? A lot. I mean, to be honest with you, people tend to say insults to my face. I'm pretty straightforward. The Dutch comes out and I'm pretty direct. So I haven't really had an insult as much. I don't think so. Not that I would have taken as an insult. No. I know that sounds really idyllic, but
no, but
I can't really think of any.
I know.
I mean, apart from the usual, oh, she's short, she's fat, whatever, but that to me is not an insult. It's like, it is what it is. So
right, that's where I was going. Like a lot of times people insult to insult us to your face, and we're like, oh, okay, and they just kind of look at you like, I just insulted you. Did you not
But you
get
know
that?
what?
Yeah.
I think people that insult, first of all, I think it's a reflection of their own insecurity. So I'm not too
Yeah.
worried about it. I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, come on, you know?
Yeah.
The thing is, and I think it's interesting because as I am getting older, uh, I am getting stronger on this point of view. It's
Mm.
really about being your true, authentic self. You
Mm-hmm.
don't have to pretend to be something that you're not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think,
Yeah.
like I said, we were talking earlier, for me, it's all about reverse engineering. For anyone out there that's listening, if you want to do something, you create a goal and you reverse engineer it back and do that in your own authentic way, because that's really the only thing that you have.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we can
Mm-hmm.
all cut a bob, we can all do a set of highlights, but what is it that makes it you? That is the magic sauce.
Yes. Yeah. And in order to do that, you need to even know who you are to begin with. If you don't know who you
Well, you
are, that's
need
a big
to. Well, you
problem.
need to. Yeah. Well, you need to know your techniques. Let's start with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like nowadays, I don't think you can afford not to know your techniques. You need to be strong from a technical point of view, and then you add your layers. You know, your personality, your whatever that might be.
Yeah.
But what I don't believe in is you have to look a certain way in order to be successful, because I really can't stand that. I really
Mm.
struggle with that.
What is it behind it that you can't, that it drives you nuts for?
I tell you what drives me nuts is the word glam. When they said, "Oh, let's book glam," I'm like, "What are you talking about? Let's book the glam team." Oh my God, that really winds me up. Because you know what? I see myself as a professional,
Yeah.
not as a glam team. Come on. No, I'm an artist. I do hair. I try and make people look good, or I'll try and, create something that is interesting and inspiring. But you never call me glam. Sorry, I
I
feel very
love
strong
it.
on that.
No, I am here for all of this because, okay, this is a complete, I love this movie and I am just getting the vibes. Antoinette, are you the Miranda Priestley of the hair world? I am
You
picking
know
it.
what? You're
I
not the
love.
first one to have said that.
I love it. And I am here for all the structure and all of the straightforwardness. That is what we do here on the podcast, real and raw. So good. I feel like we need it with this new generation coming in. How do you feel about this new generation with not being motivated by money and they're just work-life balance? Like what are your thoughts?
I'm kind of envious of some of it. Work-life balance, for instance. I love all
Yeah.
that. But at the end of the day, what you can't expect is someone to come to you up with a silver platter and say,
Yeah.
"Here you go," because that's not
Mm-hmm.
how life works. You got to work for it,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Mm-hmm.
So, and the other thing I've learned, because I've had a lot of teams in my life, and I've seen some of these team members go straight up, doing extremely well, but I also seen them go straight down. So you're better off having a career that has a bit of longevity to it and slowly build your way up than trying to go straight away, and have it now,
Mm-hmm.
or the whole celebrity thing. I mean, what do you want to be at the end of the day? Do you want to be a celebrity? Do you want to be a hairdresser? What do you want to
Mm-hmm.
be? And I
Mm-hmm.
don't care what you want to be, but then take the best trajectory in order to get there. If you want to be a celebrity, great. Go and stick your face in social media for 5 seconds. Do it. I've got no problems with that. But if you want to be a serious artist,
Uh-huh.
you gotta show your goods. Your work needs to speak for you, not your face. Your work.
That's
That's
right.
how I see it.
That's right. I agree. What is what's with for the people who they didn't fail, but they just kind of dissipated out? What was their common thread? Like, what was that thing that they all had in common that just kind of, oh, there she goes. There they go. They're
I
on their
think it
way
was all
out.
too fast. Too fast. Too much
Oh,
too fast. Yeah. Because you can't keep that up.
yeah.
Yeah. It's better to take your time, work your way through it, and have a really clear path.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's also really important. Have a path. Where do you want to be? And, and if you don't know that, just think, okay, where do I want to be in 6 months? Where do I want to be in a year? Where do I want to be in 5 years? And then work your way back. What is it going to take to get there in a year? What do I need to do in order to be there?
Okay, for everybody listening and watching, this is the exact advice that I got when I met Miss Antoinette. so many years ago, and it has stuck with me. So I hope it sticks with everybody listening and watching.
Well, look at you
What
now. You got a podcast.
I got a
Good for
podcast.
you.
The reverse engineering bit, it works. It works.
I learned that in corporate.
Yes.
And that's, I think, the beauty of now I've learned all the things in corporate. I know what it takes, you know, in order to do certain things. And I'm combining that with my artist career. And it gives me more knowledge. And I enjoy that because that part makes it easier for me.
Yeah.
It's no guessing game like in the 90s, like, oh, what if I did that? And what do I have to do in order to do that? Well, now I know.
Yeah.
And also that's why I started to help a couple of hairdressers, predominantly women, to try and give them a bit of advice here and there.
So are you doing mentorship?
A little bit, yeah. Little bits, but to the highest level of hairdressing.
How do you feel?
Because I only really think that only maybe 5% of the industry truly understands what I do.
Yeah. All right. So try to explain it. What do you do?
Well, it's hard because sometimes I don't even know myself. I try to inspire people and try and come up with things that are maybe not everyday hairstyles, but they're like it's hair that you have to think about. Like I'd love to see pictures and go, how did they do that? That's my kind of goal. And then I mix that with fashion because I come from the fashion world. So I mix that with fashion. So to me, it's the whole package. You know, I call it holistic way of approach, where I take, you know, I was the first one in the 90s to, you know, to bring Alexander McQueen close to Japan, for instance. I know it's looking back now, I go, wow, what an opportunity. But in those days, it was quite normal for me because I used to work with him.
Yeah.
And it's always been for me knowledge of the whole from top to bottom, not just the head. It's never been knowledge of the head. And when I do images, most of the time, I would say there's a story behind it. There's an environment behind it.
You know, I just had a conversation before coming on, and they were saying, you know, I've done all these things, and I didn't think that I did all these things, but my client was telling me that I've done all this, and I didn't even know. I didn't even care about it. I don't think so. Do you ever feel like that?
All the time. I forget everything I do. It's interesting because I look back at I was the other day, I was looking at a drive with some of my work on it. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. Oh yeah. It was like, oh, it was a real journey. I forget everything. I forget techniques. I forget everything. But I have people around me. I'll go, how did I do that again? They went, oh, you did it like that, or that pictures. Oh, you remember this? And they show me, and I'm like, oh yeah, I remember it now. Yeah. I do it all the time.
You're a big deal, but you don't know that you're a big deal.
Well, what's the big deal? You know, at the end of the day, I just do what I love. You know what I mean? I actually don't like being a big deal or people calling me a big deal because at the end of the day, I'm just like everybody else. You know, I was somebody who came from the Netherlands who had a dream. When I was 18 years old, I saw the Trevor Sorby artistic team on the stage in the Netherlands. I didn't speak any English. And I saw them. I thought, that's what I want to do. And that's when I moved to London and knocked on Trevor Sorby's door and said, I'm coming to work for you. And he sent me away the first time. No. Yeah, he did. He sent me away because I didn't speak any English.
Yeah.
So I came back 6 months later. I said, I'm staying here whether you like it or not. He couldn't believe it. Talk about Dutch courage.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, what did your parents say? Were they proud that you wanted to go in that way or no?
Well, it was a crying bathroom. My mum and I were crying and my dad was like, you're going to go for a year. Don't come home before you've done a year. If you don't like it, then you can come back. But give it a year. And I tell you, that first year was tough. I will never forget that. I mean, seriously tough. But it was the best thing I could have ever done. I would have never had this career otherwise.
What do you tell the people who are like, yeah, I guess I'll go to cosmetology school? What do you tell them?
Well, it's like, okay, what are you doing it for? I guess I go to Cosmopolitan. I mean, that world doesn't exist to me because I'm very determined. Like, if I want to do something, I go and do it. So I don't appeal to people that, oh, I'll go to cosmetology school. I don't appeal to those people. And they don't appeal to me either. I like people with, like, you know, a bit of oomph in them. Like, let's go and change the world. Let's go and do something, you know?
Yeah.
To me, our industry is about passion. It's like
100%.
we work so many hours and put so much passion and love into what we do, whether you do it behind the chair, whether you do it for an image, or whether you do it for whatever. Money could
Mhm.
never repay you for that. You have to do it
Mm-mm.
because you absolutely love it. And if you
Mhm.
don't love it, don't honestly go into the industry because it's too much work. Go and do
Mhm.
something else.
Who do you wanna be like?
I don't want to be like anybody. I want to be
Okay,
like
okay.
myself.
Okay.
Sorry.
Who has No, that's good. Who has been your influencers, your top 3?
Well, I've had mentors.
Okay.
Does that help?
Yes.
I mean, I admire a lot of people, but and it's so weird because I'm so passionate about pushing and promoting women. But my mentors all have been men, coming to think of it. My first mentor was Trevor Sorby, who unfortunately passed. Well, all my mentors have passed away now. I don't know if you guys know about him, but he was the
Mhm.
most incredible hairdresser, English hairdresser, one
Amazing.
only hairdresser in the world that won British Hairdresser of the Year 4 times.
Mhm.
He created the scrunch, the wedge. I mean, some of these hairstyles that you
Yeah.
are probably doing and you don't know who created them.
Mhm.
So he was my first mentor. Then the second mentor became Horst Rechelbacher, the
Mm.
founder of Aveda. He really
Mm.
tapped into my curiosity for holism and wellness. I
Mm.
was thinking about things, and then when I met Horst, it just became like a marriage. It was just the perfect combination. And he taught me about, I'd say wellness. He really made me look at
Yeah.
myself and kind of digest what was going on and what do we actually do. It was
Mhm.
very, very fascinating. And then my third mentor was a beautiful man called Leonard Lauder from the Estee Lauder
Mm.
companies, who taught me everything about branding and equity and corporate business. So I'm
Beautiful.
quite lucky. I'm kind of this artist that understands business, corporate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a bit both, really.
Did
Hence,
you
I'm wearing
ever
my jacket. I'm in the office today.
I know, it looks so good. Did you ever want to have your own salon, your own brand? Like, was that a thing for
Oh,
you?
yeah, for sure. I nearly opened a salon in 2004 after I won British Hairdresser of the Year. I had the most amazing location behind Bond Street. The whole thing I had it designed. It was going to be a big giant gallery, but also a home kind of thing that provided not only hair for clients and services, but also education. And then the president of Aveda came knocking on my door,
Mm.
and he said, "I'd like you to become the creative director for Aveda." And I'm like,
Okay.
"Well, I'm opening a salon." He goes, "Yeah, you can always open a salon, but you don't get too many of these offers." And I thought, you are right. So I moved to New York. Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
that's what put an end to that.
Yeah, for sure.
And then, my passion in life is imagery. So I got to do what I love, creating the image for a brand. I mean, for me, creating images is like, it's my lifeline.
Yeah.
So, I got to do that as a job. I mean, it was fabulous. It was amazing. I had a blast.
You are an artist for sure. Visual, like it is. If anybody's not picking that up, I don't know. There must be dense.
Well, if they want to check out some of my work, you can always check my
Yeah.
Instagram, Antoinette Beenders. It's pretty. It's
Yes.
just my
Everybody
name.
go
So.
follow her right now. So how do you nourish yourself? How do you keep that inspiration alive and
Mhm.
your mental health in check? Because it
Mhm.
can it can play on you.
Yeah, no, for sure. I understand, especially during COVID. I mean, when you're on your own at home,
Mm-hmm.
trying to stay sane. Um, I'm kind of quite the opposite. Like I live in the countryside,
Oh,
so the way I run my life is when I work in big cities like New York, London, wherever that might be, or I do
yeah.
shows, which is always crazy. And then when I go home and it's calm. But I have a very
Yeah.
calm life, personal life.
Mm.
Um, and it's funny because I lived in New York for 5 years. I love working in New York, but I can't live in New York because it was just
Mm-hmm.
too much energy
Yeah.
and I just couldn't handle it. So I
Yeah.
am far more creative sitting in my house in the countryside and things come up, because I'm a big sponge. I will take stuff from everywhere, and then I come down and I sit and I go, okay, this goes here, this goes here, this goes here. That's kind of how I work.
Yeah. I love that. I love that opposite, right? I was not expecting that. I was expecting a loft, a studio in New York, and all the things. And oh, good for you.
No, and the
Good
thing is,
for
I've done
you.
all that, So
Yeah.
I mean, I still have my flat in London, I suppose, but I don't think I really like living. Like, I live on a lake, so I look at water and nature changes every day, and I really enjoy that. I don't know whether that's my age or I suppose it's at the right time of my life, but I feel I've been far more creative ever here in Minnesota than I was in London or in New York. So
that's cool.
I feel my brain needs time to think. And I can't think in a city for some reason. I can't. I just do, I do. My thinking comes at home.
Yeah. Sacred space.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want to be remembered for?
What do I want to be remembered for? I think I'd like to be remembered as she tried to make a difference. Or she made a difference. I think I'm going to be one of these people who is going to be appreciated way after I stop working or when I'm gone. Yeah. I know there's a lot of people that like what I do now, but I don't think people have any idea what goes on in my head. You know what I mean? And I think it's the same with and I'm not comparing myself to him at all, because he was in his own right amazing. But if you take someone like a Trevor, I realized this weekend, there was a retrospective of him in Manchester at Haircom. That the thinking, he said something and I thought, oh my God, you say this all the time. And it's so true. The thinking, to do what I do is not hard. The thinking of what I do is hard. And I totally agree with Trevor on that. It's coming up with it that takes time. And for that, you need to have time and peace and a space to allow yourself to be able to think, So,
okay. What, with the span of your career and all the things that you've done and created, what is the lesson that you have learned from that experience that you wish the delivery guy or your doctor or whoever it is would understand and get that lesson too?
I would say never say no.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you say no, you block an opportunity.
Yeah.
I've said no a couple of times in the past to things, and I regretted it. But don't say no.
Don't say no.
You can always say no later. Don't start by saying no. I used to say no straight away. You can always say no later.
Oh, that's a very, you're saying that and I'm remembering my own. Yeah, I was like, no. And I missed so much.
Yeah, just say yes and then figure it out. And if it's then a no, then it's a no. But, you're in charge of your own. So.
Okay. So how do people work with you? I guess because we're coming to the end of our
No, it's quite interesting because I think that's not a question for me. It's for the people that work with me. It's funny because I'm a strong woman. I know that, but I had to be because, if you're not a strong person, you're not going to do the things that I do. But I have certain expectations. I'm pretty high on the expectation list. And if you ever work on my team, there's definitely no fluffing around. We can have fun, but we work. And it's funny because if you come and work on my team, you're looking at 16 hours a day for a show. And, we all have sore feet. We all have whatever, but
do you feel,
I don't need to hear that. Huh?
Do you feel that level of commitment, that strength as a woman, do you feel like that has affected maybe your personal life at all?
Yeah, I mean, because I think sometimes people, because I'm pretty straightforward and direct, people can go, oh, she's tough or she's this or she's that. And yeah, fine. I don't care. I am. You know what I mean? I am. Because if I wasn't, you'd be walking all over me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's okay to be tough. You know, I've learned something. It's funny. I said this before to someone. I learned so much about between female and male when I got two little dogs, two puppies. I saw the female and she was all sweet and cuddly, and then the little boy dog was all like, I want to be first. It's me. Da, 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 da. And I thought, look at nature. You can't even blame them. You know, it's nature. So as a woman, we are seen more as a service provider compared to sometimes, dare I say, maybe it's very controversial, but hey, it is what it is. These are my personal views and not of the company I work for. You know, sometimes it can be very much, as a male, it can be very much about, look at me, it's about me, da da da. And I think as a woman, don't let them walk all over you. You know what I mean? I've seen it happen many times. And I am very much like, no, that's not going to happen. And I had to learn that because it's not in my nature to say, you know, to kind of push back, but I had to learn to push back. So if I can give a message to any female out there, and I just said it to someone who just won a major award, and like, girl, it's your time. It's not their time. It's your time. She goes, yeah, I know. I'm like, no, it's your time. And this is how I try and mentor some of these women that are trying to get to the next level, you know, in our industry. I give them I send them a little message on social media saying, hey, why weren't you on that? Why did I see that person?
Love it.
Yeah, okay. Because, you know, it's somehow they see us in the service side. It's like, no, we're not here to service men. We're here to service ourselves. We're just as good, if not better.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I do. And I love that this is the message. This is the message. There's so many stylists who don't know who they are. They don't know what they stand for. They know that they're a woman and they have a gift, but they don't know how to use it.
Yeah.
Then it goes to waste.
Mm-hmm.
And they say, well, I'll just be at home with my babies. And you're like, that's fine. That's fine. Be at home with your babies. But, you know, like, you got a gift, man. It drives me crazy.
Yeah, but you know what? You can have a gift. It's not for everybody because you have to give up a lot. You know, you have to really give up a lot. Like, I've never been to a wedding of any of my friends. I've missed so much in my personal life because, you know, there was always a show, there was always a shoot, there was always this, there was always that. So you have to be able to do it because you kind of got to work twice as hard, you know, in order to get there. So
yeah.
But anyway, what getting there? I mean, you never get there. You know what I mean? What is getting there? It's like you got to do, at the end of the day, what makes you comfortable and what makes you give you that extra heartbeat. You know, makes you excited. That's what I live for. And I realized my favorite thing to do is not only imagery, is working with creative people. I love working with creatives. And I don't even care if they're not hair. There could be photography, there could be film, there could be anything. I love working with people that are creative because what happens, you get this tiny bit of an idea and you bounce off each other. And that's my favorite thing ever. I think that's why I like editorial, because you're always working with other people. I like that a lot.
If you weren't a hair artist, what would you have done?
Probably would have been a photographer, I think.
Because
for me, it's about the vision of the whole thing. Plus, my father was a photographer, so I think I've got a little bit in my blood. Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. So
okay. With your success and with your story, are you happy with it? Are you happy with your story?
Yeah, I am happy with my story. I think some people said I broke the glass ceiling, which I am very proud of. You know, I've done things in corporate that not many people have done who come from the hair industry. So I'm very proud of that. If I look back of what I've done, I had a really fun time. I've worked my butt off, I have to say, I still am. But I'm having a fun time. And now at this stage in my career, I can actually enjoy it even more. Like maybe I've been quite serious for a very long time, but now I'm really a bit more relaxed about it all and go, you know, well, let's just have fun. Let's have a great time. And I enjoy that. You know, I love having a great time. I love having fun. And like we all do, you know.
What is something that is unexpected that no one knows about you?
I love ironing.
You do.
I got myself an iron machine. I'm obsessed with it. No, I love it. And I love gardening. I
You
do. I know this sounds
love it.
like really old fashioned and what have you,
No.
but I love ironing because I'm a Virgo and a perfectionist. So I love everything to be just right. So I do that. And I was even saying that to my husband today. We were changing the bed sheets. I said, "Aren't you lucky to be married to me? You have ironed bed sheets. It's such a luxurious feeling. It's like you sleep in a hotel. You know what I mean? I love that feeling.
Crisp, clean.
Yeah, but it takes time and it takes work. So that to me is my personal pleasure, and I have not told anyone that.
Well, thank you.
And I love gardening. It's not gardening. I don't expect my garden to be pretty. It's not. It's actually very industrial and it's very graphic. But I love seeing, like, I live in Minnesota, so we have a brutal winter, and I love spring, for instance, when I see the little leaves, the buds are coming. It's so magical. I love that. And I love autumn. I just like putting my hand in the dirt.
Nature.
Like
Yeah.
the other day I had my first peonies. I was just so excited. I know. It's like little things like that give me great pleasure. I love beautiful things or make beautiful things. I think that's what I'm narrowing it down to. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Be pretty or leave.
Yeah. Or go home. Yeah, no, I mean, and peonies are so gorgeous, you know.
I love
I
it.
had the dark. If it was last week, I could have showed you some, but now peony season is only lasts a week. The most beautiful, full, deep pink. It was just gorgeous. I was just like, oh, that makes me so happy. And I see them come out, and
Too
I know.
cute.
Do you know
Okay.
why a peony, how it comes out? I've learned this.
No. How
You
does
need to
it?
have ants. Did you know that? And the ants open the flowers. I had no idea.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't know that either. I thought it was quite interesting.
You know,
I know.
living in Florida, we have swamp plants and they're so ugly, and I'm so jealous of you who lives up there and get all these beautiful flowers. I went through a gardening phase. I did, and I had herbs and it was great, and then the sun scorched them and then they were drowned the next day. It was
But you live in a
unhappy.
rainforest, which is quite exciting. I was
I
Florida
guess.
last week, and I was like, oh my god, the botanical. I love lush.
Okay.
Like Florida lush, like anything Costa Rica lush, Bali. I love lush.
Okay.
So anything that's green has my heart. And it's funny because I went back to the Netherlands a couple of months ago, and I stayed in an area where I was born, and I realized everything there was very green and lush. And I thought, no wonder I like lush. I was born in it.
It's subconscious. Yeah.
Yeah, I had no idea. So yeah, I love lush.
That's good. Okay, so we covered a bit, I feel. So what is a question that I did not ask that you wish I would have, and how would you have answered?
I think you've pretty much asked everything, no? No idea, to be honest. I mean, it's very hard to talk about yourself unless you get asked a question about yourself.
Yeah.
For me, it's more, and I don't know your audience, but I just think that is your audience predominantly hair, right? Hair people?
Beauty and barbers, yep.
Oh, there you go. And I just think, we're in there's two ways of looking at this industry. In order to earn a living, it's our job to be of service to other people and make them feel and look good, right? Number one. And I don't think we should forget about that. In order to follow your passion, if you like the idea of going the show route or the editorial route, that's all really fun, but you got to have your client base sorted out first. I didn't jump from, coming out of school into becoming a creative director. That took absolute years. So do not underestimate the journey. It's more a message I have, really. Don't underestimate the journey and enjoy the journey. Go for it. Because if you show up every day, it will happen. You just got to show up.
Yeah.
That's all it takes. Yeah.
I love that. It's true. Because it can be hard to just show up, and it may feel that no one is listening, no one is seeing, but you're there,
Yeah, but that's the universe testing you. Look at it that way.
Too. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Antoinette, thank you for coming on the BeautyPro podcast. I really appreciate it.
My absolute pleasure. And thanks everybody for listening.
Yes.
And thanks for giving me the opportunity, Krystine. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Everybody listening and watching, make sure you go follow Antoinette Beenders. You get inspired creatively. And I'll talk to you next time.
Okie dokie. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Nice to see you.